So before I show you guys this video, let me just say I know that it has been a while since anyone has posted here on HowToTech. Now, we made a video that better explains this about 3 weeks ago, and for some reason that has not been posted yet. It's somewhere between Derek and Ryan, I'm not sure, and I've been waiting for that before I posted any of my content, but like I said, it's been 3 weeks since we made that video, so I cannot wait any longer. I want to get some content out there for you guys. Just know that this channel is still going on, and you will get a little bit better of an explanation a little bit later when we show you guys some Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay. We all played it together. It should be pretty exciting. But in the past month and a half that no videos have been posted, don't worry, I have been recording the entire time. I have probably over 100 hours of gameplay recorded in multiple different games. So there will be plenty of videos coming, and I hope that video that explains it better comes out very soon. And I'll be looking into that to see if I can get them to post it. But anyway, that's enough of that nonsense. Let's just get right into the video. Welcome to Dead by Daylight. If you guys have not played this game, this is basically a game about people who went to a place where a lot of bad things happened. There were murderers and a whole lot of disasters caused by mankind that attracted an evil entity thing that took them and it put them into a world where they are forever chased while the entity feeds off of their hope of escape. But that's not important. What's important is that we are going to be playing this game today, but I'm going to help you guys get a whole lot of blood points, and that is the currency of this game. So I'm going to hit be a killer because that's the way you do this strategy to get blood points. And as you can see, I have 466,499 blood points. That's a whole lot because the most you can get in a game is 32,000. So I must have played a whole lot of games, and I did. But the thing is, I did it while being AFK. So how you do this is you play the Wraith, or well, you can do it with the Trapper, but I prefer the Wraith. Those are different characters that you can change in the loadout, and if you have it, I suggest equipping the Distressing perk. That'll help you get extra points for deviousness, or rather, more points more quickly. Basically, the way you get points in this game is you do certain actions, and that will give you different types of points. You can get it for deviousness, you can get it for sacrificing, you can get it for hunting, and you can get it for brutality. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to get points for hunting and for deviousness while being AFK. The way you're going to do this is you're going to use some sort of auto clicker. I suggest using either auto hotkey if you know what you're doing, if you're familiar with coding, or if someone would be so nice as to post this type of code in the chat below. That would really help us out. I'll make sure to feature it and I'll leave a link to it here. If there isn't one yet, then you'll see nothing, but anyways. Another option would be to use what I use, and that's called Tiny Task. It's basically just you hit record, and then it records a certain number of movements, and then you hit play, and it plays those back. You can have to continuously play it back, and you can use hotkeys. So what I've done is I've already recorded the movements that need to be done, and this will let me automatically queue for a match, which you do by hitting create a lobby in the killer menu, and it will hit right click, or rather hold right click, every 5 seconds, and then it'll let go for a second, and it'll hold it down again. This makes my character, the Wraith, go invisible and go uninvisible while all the time ringing his bell. This basically just alerts the survivors to let them know that you are doing something that is not tactically a good idea, so that they know that you're throwing. This is why it's better than doing traps with the Trapper. And when the survivors hear that, they might do their objectives first. They will look at the generators, which is how they win, and then they will open the escape so that if you are actually a threat to them, they can escape pretty easily. But then, most games, the survivors will come and they will hang out next to you. Now, because you're going invisible and uninvisible, you are going to get points for surprising them, because the game detects that you were next to survivors and you were going uninvisible, so it thinks that you snuck up on them while you were invisible, while all the time you weren't even at your computer. And when you are visible, you will get points for chasing the survivors. You will also get points for survivor found and for stalking them. Survivor found is basically when you go back into being visible. It will say that you found the survivors because you went uninvisible next to them. And it will also give you points for stalker while you're invisible and they are near you, and points for hunting them when you were not invisible and they are near you. It's just like that. You can get up to 8,000 points in the hunting and 8,000 points in the deviousness. Now those are two different categories. The survivor found and the actually chasing them will give you points in the hunting category, and the deviousness category will be filled up by doing the stalking and by surprising them. So that's how we actually get the points. So let me explain to you how you make it automatically queue. Now, with Tiny Tasker, which is what I'm using, you want to have your thing click 3 times very quickly, just over here on the create a lobby, and then that will make the lobby for you. And you want to be recording this entire time, and then start hitting the right click for 5 seconds, let go really quick, hold it down for 5 seconds, let go, 5 seconds, until this way it won't swing to attack the survivors too often, because the left clicks they use to join a lobby could make you attack, and that can make you scare away the survivors, so you want to minimize those while still having it go every once in a while, because now every once per minute you will try to queue for lobby. That way, in case you ended your game, it will queue for lobby within a minute. I'm going to hit print screen, and that's the only thing I'm going to hit, and the script will do the rest of the work. So I'm going to queue for this lobby. As you can see, it clicked down there, and because I clicked 3 times and I joined that lobby very quickly, I was lucky enough to have that, I actually ended up readying up. So if these guys also ready up within a minute, then I will not end up unreadying up, and basically it's just going to start the game a little bit faster. But that's not necessary. You can join a game and have it start even if your script does unready for you. It will just take a little bit longer. Now it's putting me into the match, and this entire time it's doing the right clicking thing, so it's not doing anything when you're in the lobby or when you are in the loading screen, but you will see that it does make me ring the bell when I get into the game. So here I am in front of a hook. That doesn't really matter because I'm not doing anything with it, and as you can see, it has already started making me invisible and uninvisible, cloaking and uncloaking by hitting M2, which is mouse 2 or right click. And there are 4 survivors in the game. You can see that in the bottom left, and you can see that I have that perk that has given me extra points for deviousness, as well as increasing my terror radius, which basically makes it so that the enemies, or the survivors who are not really my enemies because I want them to be near me and just be nice with me, they will be able to know where I am a lot more easily because they will be able to hear a heartbeat when I am visible. And there are still 5 generators left, so it's not like the survivors are going to feel very confident about walking up to a guy who's right next to the hook. And again, I'd like to say I am not touching my keyboard or my mouse right now. It is all just this auto clicker doing that. So this will go even when I'm away from the computer, so I can leave it on overnight to give me those points. And that's how I got that 466,000 points. I got that overnight just by leaving my computer on. And now I can hear there is a survivor who is on my right. There, it actually notified me. And I could hear that they were working on a generator. Now this is very good because they're going to notice that I am pretty close to them and not going after them, even though I can hear that they're on a generator. This will make them more confident later in the game that they will be able to walk up to me and I'm not trying to hunt them. I'm just trying to do my bell for whatever reason. I just got points for surprise. Notice that. That's because there was someone next to me. Yep, and there they are in front of me. So watch, as I uncloak again, I will get points for surprising them and for stalking them because they were running around in front of me. And I'm by an exit, so that's actually perfect. They're going to be very confident with being near me here. Now I got points for surprising them again. I'm getting a whole bunch of points for deviousness, but because they weren't standing in front of me where I could see them, I was not getting those points that I want to get for hunting them as well. Survivor found. There we go, because I saw that lady who's a little bit farther back. Hopefully she'll like run in circles in front of me. And I'm getting points for surprising them. And the more survivors you get around you, the better, because that will attract more. And as you can see, they're running in circles now, so survivor found, and I'm getting twice as many points because I'm getting those points for finding the survivors. I found 2 of them, and I got double the chase points because there were 2 of them. It just helps to have more and more. Now you might notice that these circles are actually divided into 4 parts each. That's because you need 8 of those to get a pip, which is how you level up in this game. So it is actually possible to get your pip without hurting anyone, and you might find that you end up leveling up from running this script overnight. I've come back to being level 16 from being level 20 just by running this script overnight. Because if you get enough points in your hunting, and if you get enough points in your deviousness, then you will level up just from getting those 8 quarters or 2 circles. And once again I will say it, I am not doing this. I'm not touching my keyboard. I am not touching my mouse. This is just an auto clicker, and that's the beauty of this. You don't have to be there to make it actually work. So now, in terms of leveling up, I have maxed out my deviousness, but I still have room to get more points. You can get up to 8,000 points in each of the areas, but it only takes 5,000 to fill up the circle. And I'm still getting points for chasing, because this lady's still around, but the reason she's around is because you get points when you're a survivor and you stand near the killer. You get points for being brave, you get points for being chased, you get points for escaping. So that's why she's doing it. She's getting basically the same type of points that I am. And someone left. That's too bad, but it is understandable that people leave, and that might happen to you sometimes. The good news is, if you run this overnight, you're going to be getting so many points that it doesn't even matter if one person leaves in a game. In doing this type of strategy, it tends to net me about 40 to 50,000 blood points per hour without me putting in any effort, so I really do like it. I think it's nice. And I think it's worth running overnight because I have a level 47 killer without playing much of this game. And it does seem like I just got left here, so I won't be getting that level up. But really with the blood points that I'm getting, I should be able to level myself up later through the perks and the add-ons and the offerings that I get by doing this strategy. Alright, so there you have it, everyone left, but I did get quite a few points in the game. I'm gonna let this go here while I'm talking. You will be able to see that I did get some blood points. As you can see, that fills up, and I did not make it to that pip, that little line there. That's because I didn't get enough points in the hunting. And here's the total number of blood points, and I got 12,530 by doing just one game without me actually being there. Now, you can see that the leave thing is highlighted. That's because that's where my mouse is. But the auto clicker will click there very soon. It's about to time out, I can see it. And there we go, it leaves. And now in another minute it's going to queue again because that's the same place that the create a lobby thing is. So while that is going, I have enough time to tell you guys here. You can see I actually did gain more blood points. You can see that in the top right. And the script is still going on right now, so it will go again, and it'll just keep on going, get a whole lot of blood points very, very easily this way. And like I said, you have a chance to get levels. So if you guys like this video, then like this video, leave a comment down below if you have any questions about Dead by Daylight or about technology in general. I'd be more than happy to explain anything about it to you. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to learn HowToTech.
I feel paralyzed.